Everyone, it's Jay from Lords of War. I hope everyone's enjoying their Thanksgiving weekend. I can't believe we're already at Thanksgiving. September just, I don't know, completely evaporated for me, it feels like, but I feel like a lot of us are in that kind of stage. Anyway, today is just a quick video trying to kind of cover all the different stuff we have going on. We have lots of new products. The store's got lots of events going on, and there's kind of something for everyone. So first off, we're just going to talk about quickly today's releases. We got the Curse City Night Wars expansion. If you're a fan of Curse City or own Curse City and want, basically new adventures, new rules, new cards, things like that, this is really nice for that. There are no models in here, just so you know, but it is kind of still a pretty special product. Has lots in it, and these things are kind of rare. They don't make them very often for their games. So that means it probably means the game's done quite well, and they want to kind of continue supporting it a little bit at a time. I know a lot of people that really play a lot of Warhammer Quest or whatever. They're always asking for more content, so definitely check that out. What else we got with the Disciples of Zinch out today? Their new battle tome. Pretty cool. It's I'm excited. I have a Zinch army, so I gotta dig into that. Of course, they had to choose to get Disciples out this week, and then next week there's a Lumineth book, which I need as well. So it's all, and I had Sylvaneth come out earlier in the year, so it's all kind of, I have too many options there. But anyway, the good thing is we're getting like a good kind of stack of AOS books all in kind of a short time to kind of flush out Age Sigmar 3.0, which is where we're at right now. You can see kind of the white books are the 2.0 books, the red books are the new books. So we're going to add like 3 or 4, almost 5 books in here if you add the Slaves to Darkness as well. So that'll kind of get another big wave of people with nice new rule books playing and excited, hopefully. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like that article they did recently. Games Workshop did about the little meta watch, and I think it really what the cool part about it is I didn't realize how how much parity I guess there was in the competitive meta. It's kind of cool to see only like I don't know, 10% win percentage difference between the top army and like 80% of the armies, kind of like down to the bottom. There's only a handful of like way at the bottom armies, but even then it wasn't like that crazy. It wasn't like someone was completely running away with it. So that's kind of rare actually. So kind of excited, and I think that kind of goes to show that like Games Workshop does kind of monitor these things a little bit. It isn't completely in a vacuum. I know they got a lot of flack about their other new release last month, the Leagues of Votan, which I still think are extremely cool. I really hope that all the controversy online hasn't soured too many people. I think this is still just a brilliant looking army, and these things do sort themselves out. So I've seen so many additions and so many quote broken things come and go over the years. I could probably spend an hour talking about that. And it all kind of just works itself out, because to be honest, people police themselves. People will notice something. I get a lot of that arguing that, what if I play with friends and my friend plays Votan and they keep crushing me? Well, eventually if they're a good friend, they'll be like, let's dial it down. We'll maybe write different lists, bring different things, make it a good time. So I find that stuff works itself out. So anyway, we also got there's a little it looks like they found some more Space Marine Heroes packs. Probably these were mainly sold in Japan before they kind of reached North American market, so it looks like they have some of those available. Some new blind buy models you can get. Kind of cool. So that's out today. We've been stocking some Lord of the Rings. Yeah, we're trying to get Chris and I and some of the customers and community are trying to get a little bit of Lord of the Rings thing going. It's the Middle Earth strategy battle game is actually a lot of fun. Very well written rule set. Yeah, it's with Rings of Power going on, and just kind of some of the new releases GW's had. There's a new Plastic Elves now run. I think it's a good time to, if you've got your old collection, dust it off, jump on our Discord and see who else is interested and get some games. I think it's pretty cool. Quickly, Horus Heresy continues to roll on full speed. Next week we have the Land Raider Proteus, which is a very cool tank. It's kind of like our Spartan, but cheaper and a little bit smaller, cheaper points wise, which is great. So it lets you kind of take some of your elite units and not have to spend a boatload on the transport. So, which is great. And then we still have good stock. We got some restocks, like characters and books, Terminators, tax squads, things like that. So I'm still seeing people playing. I'm still playing with my friends, trying out at least a couple games a month. And I really, really do still enjoy the game. I think having the two big Space Marine books, the Liber Astartes and the Hereticus, were good. The Loyalist book and the Trader book was good, and you got kind of an entire Space Marine meta all in one go, and everyone feels good about what they can take and whatnot. So enjoying that. What else we got? Lots of stuff. Oh, the other big one this week, we got some shiny dice, very shiny dice. These are by a company called Foam Brain. You've probably seen us talk about advertising. People have been really excited about them. We've sold a couple tins already. So these are all the metal dice. These are around just under $60, kind of 55, 52. There's also a few selections of gemstone dice. The camera doesn't do it justice. They're absolutely spectacular. A little more premium. They're in the kind of $110 range, but really good Christmas gift. I'm gonna just hint already. The other hot funny item is the mystery bags. So these little kits here have a random 7-piece. It'll be like all one color of a 7-piece set, but that's random. And there's also a metal die that's random in here. These are $13. These are just fantastic little things. A lot of people have been enjoying those. You've probably seen too our bi-weekly or 2 times a month D&D night on Thursdays is rocking. We've always got new people. It's very casual. If you're just looking to play, new player, old player doesn't have a group but wants to play. The other thing we get is dungeon masters who would just like to play for once. Definitely check that out. The tickets are always on our web store. If you go to lordsofwargames.com and under the events. And we ask the people, if you are intent on coming, buy the ticket as soon as you can so we can figure out numbers. As you can imagine, it's a little tricky and stressful to try and make sure we have enough dungeon masters and tables and things right on the eve. Sometimes people just kind of try and walk in and buy tickets and so forth. So if you could do us a favor and sign up early. On the hobby supply front, we got Artist Opus Restock. This is kind of a big deal. Mostly, I know a lot of people, especially the dry brush size small, which is the kind of the most useful dry brush size for 28mm miniatures. I mean, they're all useful, but these ones especially are all these kind of the smaller sizes are huge kind of keys, because once you get into the large or even the medium, it gets a little big. Still fantastic for terrain. One of my customers is painting a massive set of D&D terrain, and he's been dry brushing them like for hours and hours, and it looks really nice. There's also a restock on the texture palettes for the dry brushing, small ones and big ones. Paint sets. I still have some Red Grass Games palettes, but those go quickly. And I've also expanded a little bit of the oil paint selection. There's like just some more colors. These have been popular. People have been grabbing oil paints to do oil washes and little tricks like that. What am I doing in the paint table? I've got a Lumineth army on the go. We've been kind of doing kind of the fall is kind of another one of those great seasons as we all slowly go indoors to start new projects, new armies. So I finally kind of, after many years I've been wanting to do Lumineth for a while, but haven't kind of settled on a color scheme or the right timing, and we're doing that now. So I finished 10 infantry earlier in the week, and now I've dived into 30. So, it'll be painful, but we'll get it there. Next week, I think there's also new Marvel Crisis Protocol releases. I think there's some Sentinels in there. Pretty exciting. There's more Foam Brain dice quickly. These are kind of the regular plastic dice sets. By regular, I mean it's still very interesting. Like we have these these dice is hard to see in the camera here, but they're these dice have little T-Rexes in them, which I think is just amazing. Yeah, it's not focusing, but that's okay. That's pretty brilliant. So lots of these kind of fun. These guys offer some kind of interesting things. We still have lots of Chessex dice, which are brilliant. But these foam brain dice are just like really kick it up a notch for unique 7 dice sets, piece sets. So that's new. I think that covers kind of as much as I can, all in one breath, so to speak. And then kind of in the calendar, big thing on the 22nd was kind of a double feature. So we got a Marvel Crisis Protocol and a Necromunda event. So those are also on the web store. Make sure to check the details there. As always, Friday nights are late night. Tend to have, like I said, an active Infinity community. People playing Flesh and Blood. There's our D&D. So, and I'll probably try and get some more stuff in there as we can, some hobby stuff. And the last big announcement, of course, is the Sword and Brush is back as a paint and hobby event, as in a figure show, or it's kind of like a Golden Demon type of thing. You come and bring your models, or come check out incredible models by awesome artists. And yeah, that's on November the 12th, I believe. Yeah, at the Holiday Inn Convention Center in Burlington. So make sure you check that out too, because it's been a couple of years paused because of COVID, and it's amazing that we get to do it again. So really privileged that's back. And like I said, really, if you like painting or interested in models anyway, just you have to come see it. It's really really a spectacle. All right, thanks everyone. We're open till 6 today. You're welcome to come on by and paint, hobby, play games. We got space downstairs for that. And as always, thanks again.